Hey guys, today I'm going to be taking you really quickly how I'm going to edit this photo of this cute little red panda that I saw in Dalian Forest Zoo. If you want to see my experience of Dalian Forest Zoo, please check out my previous video and that will be a tour for you. So today when I edit him, I'm just going to go through some tips and tricks of editing animal photography. This is strongly based in my experience in zoo photography because you can get much closer to the animals in that way. My first big tip, which I was very unfortunate not to have, was use a zoom lens when you're doing some zoo photography because you want to get as close as you can to the animals, and unfortunately my husband was using our zoom lens, so the closest I could zoom in, which this one is 200 millimeters. So I'm going to be doing some cropping later on to try and get close up to this guy, but this was the best face I got in my shot. I got several different red panda shots which I liked, but this guy, him just looking straight at the camera, I just loved it. So the first thing I'm going to do is my global edits. So I feel like it just needs to be up in exposure a bit, and because it's an animal shot, I like to have extra contrast in, especially with animals with a fur texture on them, because that way it allows I feel like it brings out their personality more and a bit more of their wildness. So I brought up my highlights and down my whites, and I brought down my shadows and up my blacks. Just playing around with the contrast here. And I'm gonna up my clarity a bit. Again, I really want that fur texture to come through. Now, I know my image looks a bit too over contrast right now, but that's mainly because I'm focusing on this little guy here. I'm not really focusing on what's happening to the rest of the image because this guy is my main priority. So I'm going to up vibrance just a little bit too, just to bring out the red in his hair. So if I zoom out, yeah, I like that. Okay, I'm going to go down the tonal curve. I pretty much just go down this list as it is here and play with absolutely everything, because when I do my photography, as I'll tell you many times, I tend to just edit what I feel. I don't really have a set goal in mind unless I've done a specific shoot. Reds, blues not wood, bring out a little bit of purple. I just want to make sure I remove chromatic aberration. I might just bring that exposure down a little bit there. Okay, global edits, that's kind of where I want it right now, although he's really stuck in the background. I'm just going to have a little more play. I might bring down that vibrance, it's just a bit too much. Okay, I'm going to go in now. Now I've brought down the vibrance globally, I'm going to go in with a brush on this little guy, just around where he's red. And I'm just going to bring up his vibrance here. Make him a little more red. Okay, so I'm also playing with my tints and temperature here just to really bring out that color, because when you see them in real life, these guys are actually quite startlingly red compared to other animals. So yeah, I like that better. Okay. Now I'm just going to crop. I tend to crop holding down my shift key because that way it stays in the same composition, and I like to have my photos in the same framing as they were when they were shot, because I never know what I'll end up using them for. Now I still want that 3/4 look where my main focus of my little guy here is in 1/3 and then the other 2/3 are more empty and pretty much just hold his tail and then the bamboo itself. Just move it a little more over like that. And bring it, just see, yeah, a little bit tighter. I kind of like the composition, so I'm just going to click done, and that's my crop done. Okay, now I'm just going to go through and see if I can just bring a little more texture out on this bamboo. So again, I'm just going to go with my brush. I'm going to make it a lot bigger though. Oh, it's really blue. I'm just going to quickly brush over here, around my friend, bring that back up. Yeah, a bit more color into that wood. Let's see what happens when I up the contrast. I like that. Okay, I like that a bit better, although I still think that needs to be slightly warmer. There, I like that. I like this, how this image is kind of taking on one tone overall, but I will go back through later on doing a gradient over the top. Okay, now, just because it's the quick edit, I want to just come in and get rid of that. So we're just going to open up this image in Photoshop. So just go edit in, Photoshop CC. Okay, now I've got my image open in Photoshop. I'm just going to go and use the, where is it? The patch tool. And I'm just going to just go around here, and I'll speed this up for you guys, and just try and remove this pipe here, which was in the foreground. Okay, so that pipe is now removed, but I still don't see my Red Panda being the focus as much as I would like. So I'm going to go in and add here, I might just add a gradient layer, gradient map. At the moment, I'm just going through my standard settings and just having a look at the different gradient maps which I have available to me. I like that one. And then we're just going to put it on multiply, and we're going to take that right down. I like that at 9%, and I'm just going to add a second one. Okay, that's good. And again, I'm going to bring it to multiply, and I'm going to bring it right down. Okay, so with this gradient map, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in and paint with my black on the mask and my paintbrush with a soft paintbrush. I'm just going to go in and I'm going to paint out my little guy here. Now I'm just using my trackpad, but this would be a lot easier if you were using a system like Wacom tablet, which is what I normally use, but I just didn't set it up for this video, or even a mouse. Okay, I like that a lot better. Okay, so pretty much what I did with that mask is I went in and I pretty much made the background take on a bit more of a blue tone to let our little orange guy at the front pop a bit more than he was before. So even if I can even bring that up a little more, and now he is really right there, smack bang in the middle of our composition. It's the first thing you look at. I'm gonna just take that down to 5%. Okay, now I'm just gonna save this and go back into Lightroom. There we go. Maybe now I've added that gradient map. I'm just going to bring up exposure a little bit and bring down the contrast a little bit. Not that much. Okay guys, I could play with this image for hours because I really love it, but I'm gonna stick it there for you guys. So basically with this zoo photography edit, I focus on clarity to bring out the fur on our little critter here. I made him the focus of my composition by using the rule of birds and bringing him right down to the bottom left corner of the composition. I brightened up his colors and dulled out the colors around him of the surroundings to really make him pop. I would have used a zoom lens to capture this shot to get as much detail as I can and really focus in on our priority, which is the animal in this case. And I deleted the messy pipe which was in the front, so all your focus went directly to him. I really hope you enjoyed this tutorial and that you'll be back for another one. If you want to see more images like this, please check out my Instagram account and also check out my Threadless account where I'll be putting regular t-shirt designs up. I'll see you soon in a new video. Bye!